What do you get if you put a blonde, rich, sunshine boy and a blue-haired, clumsy, croissant-smelling girl together? The answer is Adrienette. And I would argue it's one of the best ships out there on the internet. I've personally been shipping these two since 2018 and I'm a little bit obsessed. That's literally my only personality trait, is shipping Adrian and Marinette. Today we're going to be talking about the best of Adrienette from seasons 1 through 5. 10 being the worst and 1 being the best. I mean, there's not a worst when it comes to Adrienette, but... Number 10, Gorizilla. This episode will forever be a classic. And before season 5 was released, this episode had some of the strongest Adrienette moments in the show ever. Just look at some of these Adrian stares. We find out that Adrian has been carrying around the lucky charm that he got from her in Gamer. Love it. He's been in love with her for a long time, y'all. Adrienette seems like an actual couple in this episode. Look at this dramatic jump onto the subway if you don't know what I'm talking about. Number 9. Derision. Oh boy. This is the first ever official Adrienette date, and it's kind of magical. Adrian is truly Marinette's #1 fan, and one thing I noticed is just how patient and gentle and extremely attentive Adrian is. He notices every little detail about Marinette, and I think it's fair we give him award for best boyfriend of the year. He literally ate. He devoured it. Yeah, Adrian is just a very protective boyfriend and, you know, getting angry, gripping his fists when Kim talks about the dreadful prank that he pulled. Adrian's whole thing at the end of the episode makes me want to cry, saying how afraid he is of hurting or losing Marinette. Someone literally come slap me before I cry, please. Okay, number 8. Mayra. No, because the way I get chills watching this scene isn't funny. Adrian adores Marinette and again pays attention to her and compares her to Ladybug, blah blah blah. And we have Marinette's confession ? Her attempt at confessing. It's just so well written. Her facing her fears, going up to kiss his cheek, and look at his eyes. His eyes do not lie. He is in love. He is in love. Okay, number 7, Despair Bear. The amount of times I've watched the dance scene from this episode is like not funny. I don't even know how many times I watched it. The fact that when Marinette bumps into Adrian, he's just like, let's go. And the way he stares at her again, what is this? We have our wing woman, Alia, to save the day and turn the Adrian and Marinette dance into a truly romantic, unforgettable masterpiece. And Adrian is really enjoying this dance. Yeah, he definitely has feelings for her in this scene. Other mentionable bits of this episode is him standing up for Marinette right from the get-go of the episode and like for an unnecessary amount of time putting his hand on her shoulder. And lastly, the episode ends on an Adrienette bang. Adrian trying the macaron, whatever. Why does Adrian like lean in towards Marinette? I felt like that was so unnecessary. This dude. Number 6, transmission. Kind of starting on a dark note, Marinette's doubts and pains surface, but that does not stop Adrian from, once again, receiving an award. What is with this dude? He's just so loving towards Marinette. He has no judgment, and even in her darkest of times, he is there for her. And the part that jerks on the heartstrings the most is him saying he loves her just the way she is. Even when we cut to the happier part of the episode, we get this like kinda awkward Adrienette, but it's awkward in the most precious way possible. The whole arm raise thing is amazing. You can just see the pure love flowing out of Adrian's eyeballs. Number 5, pretention. The Adrienette is piping. I think I burnt my tongue on the piping tea that is Adrienette in this episode. I like how this episode started with like a 4-minute and 37-second date. That was all that was supposed to happen. But then blah blah blah, it led to us seeing horrible Gabriel rat aggressed. I literally hate this scene, but like in a way where it's kind of amazing how Marinette stands up to Gabriel at the same time. Anyway, yeah, Marinette absolutely demolished Gabriel. Like, Gabriel thought he could beat Ladybug out of her suit. Nah, bro. Marinette's backbone is made of steel in this episode. Get it, girl. Marinette goes and defends her Adricans. And even though Adrian can't do anything in this episode, Marinette definitely doesn't care, and she is going to go and be the best girlfriend of all time. This scene just breaks my heart, but in like a good way. Her promise to always love him and be there for him is No words. This is crying in the club. For real. For Protection, this episode is top tier. And I'm not talking about the whole Ferris wheel scene, besides the fact that Adrian is such a gentleman and doesn't want to force a kiss on Mary, blah, blah, blah. I'm talking about, you guessed it, the Adrienette picnic, where Adrian literally changes into his PJs to make Marinette more comfortable. Absolutely no judgment coming from his end. And his focus is 100% on her. And then once Repose shows up, Adrian protects Marinette, not only by standing in front of her, but he protects her by standing up for her with his words. The end of the episode, Adrian is just praising Marinette and walks up to her with these little hard eyes. Oh! And the cherry on top of this episode is when Adrian realizes Marinette has been that awkward, clumsy girl because she loves him and can't speak to him very well. And he just feels so guilty. That is so precious. He cares so much about little blue-haired Marinette. 3, recreation. Wait, are we already at number 3? What the heck? Bro, time flies when you're talking about Adrienette. I was just rewatching the Adrienette kiss to write the script for this video, and I'm just so touched. I don't know what to say. You know when you like want to cry but the tears don't come out? Yeah, it's like that type of feeling. Anyway, the music is stunning. The soft Adrienette moment in the sun with all the flowers. I'm just a little gooey camembert on the floor. They are so in love. Adrian's been controlled for who knows how long, but Marinette has helped him to feel free, and then as a finishing touch gives him his freedom by putting the rings on his finger. I just can't, y'all. 2, revolution. I can't with this episode. I'm tired of my eyes filling with water when I watch this scene. Adrian is forced to leave Paris and with tears in his eyes calls Marinette and tells her that he is not worthy of her love. No, because it's just so sad. But that doesn't stop her from having full love and trust and going and chasing after him. She gave all that she had. She gave 110%. And the music just really sets the mood. And they're being pulled apart as they kiss each other, but they're so strong. Like, it literally took so much force to get them to separate. I'm not okay. Anyway, Adrian cries and Marinette is just left there watching Adrian take off. That's enough of that episode. Y'all thought this was gonna be first? Nah, because the umbrella scene is number 1. Well, choosing between Revolution and the umbrella scene was one of the hardest choices of my existence. But there's just something really timeless and unforgettable about First Beginnings. The music, first of all, is unfailing to touch the heart of everyone who has ever watched this scene on the planet. And the fact also that she really hated this guy before he apologized makes the scene extra impactful. Little blonde boy expresses his sincerity and she falls for him, and we hear the clap of thunder. Wow. He sacrifices his comfort for her. He gives her his probably expensive umbrella, and they exchange laughs as the umbrella closes on Marinette's face. And look at him, he's just totally in love. And despite him saying, oh, she's just a friend, he was just confused, y'all. He was a little confused bean at that time. And then lastly, we have the extra drizzle of caramel sauce on our ice cream sundae with Master Fu being in the background and saying they are made for each other. And yeah, so that wraps up the video. These are just my opinions, so let me know what your personal favorite Adrienette clips are in the comments below. See you next time. Lazy out.